Hello and welcome to the Daily Weekly Show Christmas Special 2024. Now, I bet you didn't see this coming this year, did you? Honestly, neither did I. But here we are. Let's celebrate it in true Daily Weekly fashion with a good old taste test comparison. Because, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be tasting every Mr Kipling Christmas cake to decide which one is the best. And there's still time for you to go to the stores and buy your favourites from whichever one I recommend today. After you finish watching this video, of course. Don't go now. Watch this first, right till the end, because there's a little something at the end which I just know you're gonna love. Bring on the cakes! So we've got our Mr Kipling's Chocolate Fudge Winter Wells, the Deep Filled Mince Pies, the Frosty Fancies, Festive Bakewells, a couple of signature collection stuff because we're fancy like that, with our double chocolate brownie bites and our all butter mince pies, plus one more hiding behind the back here with our Christmas slices, rather appropriate for this time of year. Of course, some of these you can buy all year round, and they're not always Christmas themed, like for example the Winter Whirls or the Frosty Fancies. They just change the name. Those things you can get them all year round, but it's festive, it's Christmas, you've got to do some graphic design on the boxes. Because it's such a staple of Christmas time, I think we have to start off with the Deep Filled Mince Pie. Of course, I do have the signature collection here, which is premium stuff, so I'll be interested to see how that compares to the original. And I love a mince pie. I mean, not everyone in my house does. I think it's just me and my mum. So I don't mind it, you know, which means there's more for us to enjoy. Goody goody. Okie dokie, so. It's just a good cake. Or is it? Is it a cake or is it a pie? I mean, it's got pie in the name, it's in a pastry. But then it's like, where do you draw the line? What's the difference between a pie and a tart? Because a Bakewell, right? Is that a tart or is that a pie? Because you think, oh, a Bakewell tart. It's in the name. But it's in pastry, like this. So if you know the difference between a pie and a pastry, and a pie and a pastry, the difference between a pie and a tart, let me know in the comments, because I love a good old tart. I could eat this whole box right now, but I won't because I've got to save myself the rest of these, but this is undeniably a good cake. It's just so Christmassy. I don't understand what people don't like about it. So from a scale of 1 to 10, well obviously 10 is top spot, oh, I'm going to give it a 9. Because it's that good, but there still might be room for improvement with our premium range. So I look forward to tasting that one later on. Right, next up I think we should start over on the far side here with our Chocolate Fudge Winter Whirls. I've had these before, and like the non-festive versions, but I just find them a bit dry sometimes, and it's like chocolate flavoured, and chocolate flavoured things never taste as good as real chocolate. So let's see how this tastes. Yeah, looks good, plenty of filling, and it's nice and soft. The flavour disappears almost instantly. It's kind of dry and crumbly and almost a little bit bland actually. The filling is nice, but the outside shortcake, it just overpowers it, and it like gets rid of that filling taste almost immediately. I think it's going to be the lowest, probably one of the lowest scoring ones today. I don't think I'm going to buy these again. So I'm going to give it, I want to say 3 or a 4. Oh, it's a tough one. No, 3. Like, yeah, it's just not that good. It's too dry, too crumbly. It makes a mess everywhere. I don't know why I'd want this at Christmas. Okay, next up, I think it's only right that we go to the Christmas slice. It's in the name, Christmas. So this can be some sort of Christmas pudding, I guess. Fruitcake. Yes, a rich and juicy fruitcake sliced topped with soft almond layer and delicate white icing. Ooh. I don't mind a fruitcake. Again, it's another controversial one. It's like mince pie. I think even less people like fruitcake than they like mince pies, but it's like you either love it or you hate it. Feels moist. I like moist things. Here goes. It's very rich, and it's definitely a fruitcake. But it's nice though, and it's very dense and thick. The icing's quite hard. I thought it would be a bit softer. It's not that great, but is it worse than the Winter Whirl? I don't think so. So I'm going to give it a 4 for now. It's kind of on that lower end middle ground, but I wonder if the Frosty Fancies here are going to be any better. Now, I've had these before. They're just so sweet. It's like a block of sugar. Don't think I'll be eating too many of these this Christmas. Here we go, nicely wrapped. Our little block of sugar. Sweet, vanilla icing, simple. I like vanilla things. Some people say it's boring, but you know, sometimes it's all you need. So then, the delicious vanilla flavoured topping was good, but it's just too sweet for me. Although it is nicer than the previous two. So the scores are going up. With our Frosty Fancies, I'm going to give it a nice solid middle ground of number 5 in the rankings. So, looks like things are on the up, apart from the deep filled mince pie, which is still top tier. Next up, we have another one that I'm looking forward to, the Festive Bakewell. Now, Mr Kipling, they love doing things to their bakewells. Obviously, you've got the classic cherry bakewell tart. Lovely. I've even seen him do plain bakewells without the cherry on the top. What? The cherry on the bakewell is the best thing about it. But we've got a festive one. I've seen them do like trifle bakewells and caramel bakewells. Oh, they're quite good. I'm sure there's some others, but oh, let's dig in, shall we? Festive. Actually, what's festive about it? A light pastry case with a layer of plum and raspberry jam, moist almond flavour sponge, soft icing, and finished with sprinkles. Wow, and 100% natural flavours. I didn't know it was plum and raspberry jam and almond. Maybe that's why it tastes so good. Those combinations. I mean, it looks nice and pretty with the little sprinkles. Could have been a bit more generous with them, but here goes. That's a nice sweet tart. Or is it a bakewell? Or it is a bakewell. Or is it a pie? Or a cake? I don't know. Oh, I feel so sick. Now that's good. That's kind of got all the nice flavours you want at Christmas with a nice modern spin on a classic bakewell. Oh yeah, I think this box might save that for later because they are rather good. So that's it, we've covered the basic ranges, you know, yeah, whatever. We do this as standard, says Mr Kipling, but here we have the signature collection. Whoa! This is posh stuff. If you're having a fancy Christmas party, you definitely want to get these ones to impress all your friends. Like, oh yeah, we buy the fancy chocolates and cakes here. So check us out, lovely stuff. Okay, so what have we got here? This is my posh guy voice, by the way, if you didn't know. So this is the Mr Kipling 10 rich and gooey double chocolate brownie bites. That title is a mouthful. Wow, they've written a whole paragraph of text on the back. It says, discover Mr Kipling's signature collection, a range of deliciously indulgent cakes. Whether it's treating yourself or sharing with friends, the signature collection brings a special moment to every day. Introducing Mr Kipling's signature collection, rich and gooey double chocolate brownie bites. Moist chocolate brownie with an irresistible layer of gooey milk chocolate sauce and coated in a thick velvety milk chocolate. Someone had to get the word count in for these. I'll let you into a little secret. When I was buying these the other day, they were on offer. It was buy 2 for whatever. So I did buy 2 of these and well, I've only got 1 box now. So that tells you that these are gonna be good. You would hope for their signature collection. Now first thing, look at the packaging. I've taken one out already from take 1, but let's pretend it's still there. You get 10 in a pack. You could easily fit 12 in here, Mr Kipling. What is going on? I bet a few years ago we would have got 12 in here, but you know, shrinkflation and all that. We all know I've had these. We all know they're good, right? The first tray of these did not last for long, let me tell you. I don't think this one will either because it's so good. Do you know what, before I ate them, Mr Kipling, I was already judging you for trying to big yourself up with your signature collection and thinking, oh yeah, I'm all that because I'm fancy. Well, I owe you an apology because they are so good. One of the best chocolate brownie cakes I've had. But it does almost, it smells like, and reminds me of the Cadbury mini rolls. You know, like the chocolate ones they do. I do quite like those. This one, that gooey filling is gooey. That's nice, because sometimes they say that and it's dry, but this is getting some high scores from me. Is it a 10 out of 10? Is it a 9 out of 10? I think it'd be better if it was bigger, but then if it was bigger, would it be too sickly? Oh, and is it better than a mince pie? No chocolate in a mince pie. Oh, well, that's an idea. A chocolate mince pie? Has that been done before? If it hasn't, I might be trying that out. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I want it to be bigger and I want more in the pack. Value for money wise, Mr. Kipling, do better, okay? But that means we're down to the final one with our all butter mince pies. Top range stuff, and I wonder how it compares to the good old classic mince pie, so let's take a look. On the box right here it says Mr. Kipling's best ever mince pies. That's a bold statement to make, and I will be the judge of that right here, right now, Mr. Kipling. So you get ready, because otherwise what's Mrs. Kipling going to do when I tell her, or the internet, and word gets back to her, that they're okay, you know? It'd be a shame if these were worse than the originals, wouldn't it? Let's find out. Okay, so on here, of course, signature collection. Got to get that word count in. Introducing Mr. Kipling's signature collection, all butter mince pies with a crisp all butter pastry generously filled with a mouth-watering, gently spiced mincemeat, brimming with succulent vine fruits and sweet apples, infused with delicious brandy and cider, all topped with a delicate pastry snowflake, and finished with a sweet dusting. Oh, wow! Whoever is your wordsmith, they're earning the big bucks, that's for sure. I mean, it's good, and it does taste different. They're not tricking you with marketing and making it look different. It does taste different. It does taste more rich, and that, is it brandy? Yeah, the brandy and the cider and the apples, it's really strong. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know, it's so different. But I don't know if that's making it any better. I think because I'm so used to having like their traditional mince pie from Mr. Kipling, and other brands are available, by the way, not sponsored. I don't know if I like this one. I mean, it's good, but it's just too different. And I'm not used to it, and it's confusing me. I don't know what to think. Because this is so good. Plus, value for money wise, you know, 6 in a box versus 4. Yeah. Like, yeah, they look pretty with a little snowflake on the top, but is this a pie or is it a tart? Because this, do pies have lids on them? Because that would be a mince pie, this one. But this one didn't, because it was like open, but it had the snowflake on top. Wow, this debate, it's like a big rabbit hole, isn't it? I need to know the difference between a pie and a tart. Do you know what? That's it, I'm breaking the show, we're changing the format, I'm scrapping everything, change right now, because it just doesn't, I can't lie to you. The deep filled mince pie is so much, wow, is it so much? It's nicer than the all butter mince pie. That's a 10 out of 10, I'm changing the ranking, so this one, 10 out of 10, any day. The gooey brownies were too good for an 8, they had to go up to 9. And the all butter mince pies are going to be a nice solid 8. Did I rank the festive ones? I can't remember. We're going to go 7 for the festive, 5 for the frosty fancies, 4 for the Christmas slices, and a measly little 3 for the winter whirls. What a disappointment you were, eh? You should be ashamed of yourself, you're so dry. Disgraceful. Well, there we go. What do you guys think? Do you agree with my rankings? Are you going to just buy the mince pies because they're the best ones? Tell me in the comments. But once again, thank you very much. And oh, Mr. Kipling, if you do want to sponsor us because you didn't sponsor this video, look at all the free advertising I just did for you. Reach out to us. Or Coca-Cola, repping the merch, yeah? You know, I'm partial to a Coke any day of the week, so hit me up if you want to sponsor a video next season. Thank you very much for watching. I've said it 3 times now, and we'll see you all next year for hopefully a brand new season of the Daily Weekly Show. But before we go, there's a little Christmas joke for you, yeah? You ready for this? Okay, sit down, and oh, you're going to love it. What sauce does a snowman have on his burger? Chili sauce, of course. You get it because chili, because it's like cold, but then chili sauce is a hot sauce, and that's ironic because the snowman's cold. So think, why would a snowman have hot sauce? Jokes aren't funny when you have to explain them, but that was a good one, right? Tell your friends, they'll love it. Perfect over Christmas dinner. Better than the ones you'll find in any old Christmas cracker, I can tell you that. all that's left for me to do now is just enjoy the cakes. I guess I'll share them out to friends and family. I can't eat them all. I don't even want to look at a cake again. I've had too much today. I just can't believe the original mince pie is best, especially compared to the all butter signature collection. Sometimes the old ways are the best ways, and you can't beat a mince pie. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.